Why don't more people invest? I was at Oxford University yesterday to look at some of the reasons why more people don't invest, given all the tools that are available out there. And one of the things that became very clear is it's not about giving them more information, more education. It's about the fact that if you give your money to a St. James's Place, an IFA, or wealth manager, you've got somebody else you can blame. And that absolves you of responsibility. It means you don't have to do any of the admin. It means you don't have to have any awkward conversation with your spouse. And psychologically, the academic evidence suggests that people would rather have a mediocre pension and somebody else to blame than the opportunity of a better pension, but have to take responsibility for themselves. In academic terms or behavioral finance terms, that's learned helplessness. It's the individual who wants somebody else to take their clothes out for them in the morning. And if you let that become a part of your identity, and there's a whole field of identity economics, that is an area of economics which explains why people make irrational decisions because they reinforce their own identity. For instance, I'm working class, or that's not for me. Investing is for that group of people. So what happens is you have self-reinforcement into a vicious cycle of poor returns, which then means your children get less inheritance, if any. And that cycle just keeps repeating itself. Can't trust those fund managers, but let's keep giving them the money. It all seems too complicated, not for us. Whereas what we're trying to do, whether it's from Oxford University educated economists and fund managers to authors, whatever else it is to get people to understand and be empowered and confident. So it's a behavioral psychological thing, confident enough to change their identity. It's a lot more like being like Duolingo, the app which teaches you a second language, or Peloton, the app which tells you your identity is you can be fit and healthy. It's really that category of person rather than a St. James's Place, which is, hey, don't worry, give it to us. We'll take the blame when you're disappointed. And that shift in identity is becoming more possible to get people to shift away and be empowered to manage their own investments. It's becoming more possible thanks to short form media like YouTube and TikTok. Now you're getting people talking to you in your own terms, in hopefully what's plain English, and able to say, not, I'm an expert, I've written all the books, just follow me, because that could reinforce your belief that us and them too complicated, but actually just to speak to you in plain terms and say, well, actually, you don't need to be that bright in order to be able to invest in good companies, buy and hold them, and let the markets do its thing. You just need a bit of information, bit of confidence that you can do it, and then you've got to leave it alone. A bit like going to a plant shop or a gardening center and saying, right, those are the seeds, those are the instructions. I plant the seeds, leave it alone, water it, i.e. keep the odd eye on it, make sure it's protected from the frost. In other words, they're good quality companies and I don't keep fiddling with it. Don't keep uprooting the stocks or the plants to see how they're doing. Don't keep staring at it. Maybe talk to it occasionally. And it will work out. If the weather is good, the macroeconomic conditions are good, you'll get a bumper crop and a bumper yield. If we get a cold snap, might not work out so well, but at least it's in your garden. You know what you've got. You know why you've got it. So in many ways, my job is to turn people into gardeners or Peloton bike riders. Basically, give them the confidence and the knowledge and the information that they can do it themselves and fight against all the prejudices they already have, the pre-existing prejudices they have as to why they believe this is not for them and it doesn't fit their identity, that investing is for, I don't know, rich people, investing is for clever people, investing is for experts. When we know, of course, and this is the issue we're dealing with at a conversation I had with people at Oxford University yesterday, when we know from all the data and all the research that pension fund managers, wealth managers, the likes of St. James's Place, they charge high fees, they underperform benchmarks, and they keep doing it, whether it's a Fidelity or a Vanguard or an employer's default fund. By their very nature, the institutional structure is such that it just does not make sense for private investors to remain with those entities, yet they do it. And they do it because it gives them somebody else to blame. They do it because they make excuses such as, well, I don't have the time, just as they don't have the time perhaps to go to the gym or eat healthy or do anything else that they know is good for them. Make a will. Look into inheritance tax planning. Even if you were to give them and spoon feed them a tax-free shelter like a 401k or an ISA if you're in the UK, or a SIP, and say just buy and hold and don't do anything else, why will they still not do it? It is because of that learned helplessness. So we had a discussion. We looked at the literature on this area, and that's the sad truth of it. The few that do it, benefit and grow, make money, are in a better position. The vast majority who don't do it keep going back to the same excuses that maybe an alcoholic uses or somebody who's obese uses. There's always good excuses. Some of the best ones I'm sure will come up on the comments. Yes, but that's all very well for you to say, but there's always an excuse on why people act irrationally. It's the sad truth of the matter. You could spoon feed them the answers. They still, in the majority of cases, won't do it. So my focus very much going forward is on those who wish to be empowered, who wish to change their lives, who wish to make an improvement in their investment performance. And yes, the academic credentials are there. I lectured on this at Oxford University as a visiting fellow. The books are there, all the other stuff about my bio that I've told you. Anyway, if you'd like to learn more and get a ton of free education to change that mindset so you then identify as somebody who manages their pension and their investments, not somebody who wants mediocrity and somebody else to blame, then go to alpeshpatel.com. Thank you.